Hey all, welcome to the weekly bass tip. So say you got your recording session coming up, your first recording session, and you're really excited. You go in, you record the first take of your first tune, you listen back, and it's not nearly as tight as you'd like it to be. So the recording engineer suggests, hey, why not record to a click? And you're like, yeah, they'll make everything nice and even and really punchy. And so then you try recording again with your band, and everybody's too tight and too wrapped up into trying to focus on the click that no music gets made, the energy dies, and it's a lost cause. So this should tell you that playing to a click requires practice. The reason for that is because whenever that click is going off, that sort of mechanical slave driver over there is telling your internal rhythm where exactly it needs to be. So your body has to really adjust to exactly what that is doing at all times. And that requires a fair amount of practice. So the way that I want you to practice this is by throwing on the click and figuring out whatever riff you are going to record for your recording session, and then I want you to record yourself playing that riff over and over and over again. So I'm going to play this simple little thing that I came up with. Okay, cool. So I had the click going in the background, and then I just recorded myself on this nice little cell phone camera that I'm recording on. And then before I'm going to upload this to YouTube, I'm going to listen back to myself playing, and I'm going to analyze myself and analyze how I played. Was I pushing? I generally push. I generally rush. Not very good. Was I dragging? Where was I placing each note? I'm going to focus in on how I was reacting to the metronome. And before you record, you should practice with your band and analyze and try and really hone in on exactly how you're playing to that click. So by the time you go in to record, you've been practicing this way for this entire time and everything's really tight. This can go a little bit further though. You can really hone this sort of attitude of adjusting your body's internal rhythm to the click by having the value of that click and playing to that and thinking about that click as the beats 1 and 3 if you're playing in 4/4. So, here we go. 50 beats per minute. That was a little bit trickier. I was not quite really grooving with that until the end. But now I'm going to go back and do that same sort of analysis, that sort of self-analysis, which is very, very important. You don't really need to worry about what kind of recording that you're doing in terms of recording yourself, but make sure to always do that and listen back. It's going to be painful, but it's going to be a very useful tool. We can also adjust that click and trick our brains into hearing that click as beats 2 and 4 instead of 1 and 3 there. So in order to do this, what you're going to do is you're going to start counting on 2, because sometimes it can be hard to trick your brain into hearing this as 2 and 4. So I'm going to go like this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet. The more ways you can do this and practice this if you want to look up more metronome games, the better. So I hope you found that interesting.